Hello, everybody. I'm Eric J. Chambers, and welcome to Conversations from Behind the Velvet Rope. You know, in men's professional sports, it is pretty much an anomaly to see female agents. Well, it is a double anomaly when that agent is a black woman. But joining us on the program now is the double anomaly known as Lonnie Murray, who is a Major League Baseball agent. Lonnie, welcome to the program as you're coming to us from Scottsdale, Arizona.
Hi, thanks for having me.
It's good to have you here. First of all, tell me, how did you become an agent? What piqued your interest to get you into a field that's pretty much dominated by men?
It started out, I was previously in the nonprofit sector, and the reason why that's relevant is because when I got involved with an agency that was just up and starting through Dave Stewart. And it was supposed to be more of a player maintenance role and helping to establish the agency in the industry. And as I continued to interact with players, their reliance upon me became more and more necessary. And so it was more of a situation where it evolved into representation, where you wake up one day and you realize, oh, that's what I do is called.
So what is one of the biggest or some of the biggest challenges that you have as an agent?
Biggest challenges would be really helping players to maintain peace of mind and their determination in hard times. As far as being a Black woman, like you said at the beginning of the show, a bit of a double anomaly. Yeah, you can feel it when you walk into certain spaces. But it just is what it is. I kind of keep my head down and just go forward and allow my hustle to be my roar.
And I noticed that you have a lot of young players, many of them from different countries, as I've seen some of your pictures, whether it be from South America or Mexico, what have you. How is it that you convince them that you will have their best interests at heart?
I'm not a salesperson, so I'm just always myself, which I am authentic, I'm truthful, and I think that anyone paying attention to the energy exchange and even going into the body of work of proven experience, I think that speaks for itself.
What is it like being on the road? Because I see you all over the place. And of course, right now with COVID going on, that has curtailed a lot of the travel and a lot of the activity and everything.
Being on the road is, it's like you can miss it now because you're not out there. And, during these challenging times, and it's like I spoke earlier about keeping your players determined and focused during the most challenging of times, when this truly is a period of time that players have never had to experience, at least for this, this level of duration. And so not being able to be there, we rely, just like you and I in this situation, on social media, on texting. And so the demands are greater being at home than they are on the road. Now, as far as being a woman and being on the road, that of course has its own set of challenges. But again, you just, you do what you have to do.
Kim Ng was recently named the general manager of the Miami Marlins.
Yeah.
What was your take on that?
Long overdue. My initial response was just, it's about damn time. Period. It shouldn't be that in 2020, we're just now saying, congratulations, you're the first. Shouldn't be that way. Now, it is, but I want to see what happens next.
And of course, one of the people who was very excited about it was Michelle Obama. She had this quote, "So excited to see Kim Ng named the first woman and the first Asian American general manager in Major League Baseball. I grew up loving the Cubs. I'll be cheering her on." That was pretty cool. I saw that on your LinkedIn page.
That was phenomenal. That's when you really, you get really giddy. It's for that level of praise from someone who I obviously admire was pretty spectacular.
Okay, well, it's time for us to take a station break. And of course, as we're speaking of power moves, there's a huge power move that's coming up. In fact, history is standing in the on-deck circle with Kamala Harris about to become the next vice president of the United States. We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, I want to get your reaction. Back in a moment.
Hello, family. This is Eric J. Chambers, host of The Jazzple on Smooth Jazz, KIFM 98.1 HD2 San Diego, inviting you to tune in to The Jazzple every Sunday morning from 8 a.m. till 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you like jazz and gospel, you'll love The Jazzple. Dial us up at KIFM.com and listen to replays at thejazzple.com.
Once again, everybody, I'm Eric J. Chambers. This is Conversations from Behind the Velvet Rope. Our guest right now is the Major League Baseball agent, Lonnie Murray. Lonnie, your reaction to the fact that we have a new female vice president that's in the on-deck circle about to get some big hits for America.
My reaction, same thing. Just kidding. It's like, as you know, Eric, it's a tricky one because I'm not praising it because she's a woman. I'm not praising it because she's a Black woman or an Indian woman. That's not why I praise it. I praise it because she happens to be the best candidate. She is the best candidate, and all of those things were overlooked in order for her to just be able to do her job.
Final question here for young women who aspire to be the next Lonnie Murray, doing stuff that you're doing, that Kim Ng is doing in baseball or in other professional sports. What kind of advice would you give them?
Let your hustle be your roar. Do the work. It's not about social media.
Okay. And it's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes that people just don't see, and especially with the travel, that must be pretty tough at times.
The travel can absolutely be daunting. I remember a trip that I took to see a kid in Dothan, Alabama. And my flight into, I had my flight into Atlanta with a layover to get into Alabama. Well, that layover was canceled that night until morning. So I ended up renting a car at the Atlanta airport and having to drive to Dothan because the game was at 8 o'clock. And it was a very interesting drive. It was pitch black on those streets. And, interestingly enough, at one point I did pass a Confederate flag. And it was one of those moments when you're watching the movie from home and you're saying, look at how dumb she is. But you do, again, you got to do what you got to do. I've been very blessed with some phenomenal players at all stages of their career. It's not just the value that I look to bring to their professional lives, but also the value that I hope to bring to their personal lives, in addition to the value that they bring them and their families.
Awesome. Well said. Once again, our guest has been Lonnie Murray. She's a Major League Baseball certified players agent. Congratulations on all the success that you have already accumulated, and I wish you the absolute best as you continue to go forward with your career. And I'm hopeful also of seeing some more of your players in Major League Baseball doing their thing on a high level.
Absolutely.
Okay, but thank you also for watching today's program. Once again, I'm Eric J. Chambers, and this has been Conversations from Behind the Velvet Rope. Have a pleasant day.